Oh, let's go, boys and girls. How you doing? Welcome back to the Hat and Beard Show. We are live and cooking across. We are live across 3 platforms right now, boys and girls. We are live on Rumble, Kick, and of course, the old classic YouTube, fellas. We are kind of hyped this morning. I am not even going to front with you guys. We will explain at the end of the show kind of what we're a little hype about. So we will discuss all of that. But first, camera. Hello, camera. Camera, can you please focus for me? Camera! There we go. Hey, yo. First, guys, well, with it being the off-season, there isn't much. There isn't a falcon punch to talk about, but there is some things we can discuss. Obviously, I'm not deliberately talking about Pittsburgh overly over the last couple of weeks, man. It just seems that the Steel City, they just want to be in the news, and Aaron Diddly Rodgers says, I'm done, I'm finito. Well, at the end of the season, I want to pad my stats, brother. You know what, dude? Good on you. It's setting up for a real storybook ending, if he can pull it off. Kind of thinking about it. I'm not saying that the Steelers are going to make it all the way to the big show. It's the big show. But I think if there is a year that Pittsburgh could kind of just bully their way around in the AFC, why not? Outside of outside of the Bills and Houston, I'm not overly hype about too many. Denver, maybe, I guess. Just, I don't know, man. No, not really. I honestly don't think Denver's going to be able to do what they did last year. I really don't. I think the West is going to be wide open. I think the Chargers are going to fucking, whoopsie poopsie. YouTube's not going to like that language. I really do think the Chargers are going to sneak up and snatch the West. So, if there was a chance for Pittsburgh to kind of bully their way, playing less than perfect ball, but make it to the playoffs so that they could get to the Super Bowl and whatnot. A storybook ending for old diddly do Mr. Rodgers over there. It's he's like, hey, who wants to be my neighbor? It's the final season. He's just going to put on his sweater and roll out at the end of it after ending a 22-year career. We will discuss that. Coming to us from CBS Sports, and then breaking news, somebody's in trouble because it's the offseason. There's nothing to talk about, and players are going to player in the offseason. Players in offseason are going to players in offseason. Eagles' Nolan Smith arrested after car clocked at going 135 miles an hour in Georgia. Now, I thought that things were moving a little bit slower down in the South. A little bit more, laid back there. Brother, what are you doing going 135 miles per hour? Oh, what do you have to do? I hope that there is an excuse coming from you, and I hope it's something along the lines of, if I didn't get home, I was going to shit all over myself. That is about the only explanation for that. But we will see what Nolan Smith Jr. did, and I don't think that this bodes well for Philadelphia. I don't. I think that Philly, when you see some of the departures that were made in the offseason, I don't think that having any type of a circus like this. But Philly does seem to take these players on. Jalen Carter, kind of having a little bit of the off the field personalities. I'm not saying that they get in trouble. I'm just saying they're not necessarily Philly is the inverse of Detroit as far as the personality type player profile that we look for. In my gingery opinion, take that for whatever it's worth. And then, of course, we will switch gears and head down to the 313. News from the Motor City. The Lions add a veteran wide receiver. And just think, guys, think about how 7 years ago, this would be a big thing, right? 7 years ago, the Lions signing a veteran, Cedrick Wilson Jr. We'd be looking at all of the upside of what he once did, what he's capable of doing. Can he trying to convince ourselves that this is a massive signing and this is exactly what we need? And now I'm looking at it going, Personally, guys, between you, me, and everybody else out on the internet.com, I don't think Cedrick Wilson makes it to the regular season. I don't think he makes it on roster. I think this is a competition depth piece that the Lions brought in to motivate guys like. Look, I really think that that there's a chance that Thumb Kennedy could bully his way onto the team just because he does offer a diverse skill set. What Cedrick Wilson is he is the opposite of your Kendrick Law, who's more of a Deebo Samuel type. He's the opposite of your Dominic Lovett, who's more of a Khalif Raymond type. He's just a little bit more of a bigger bodied. I would kind of put him more so in the build of a Josh Reynolds, a little bit longer, lankier. 6'2", not that big when you look at guys like a DK Metcalf. But honestly, guys, I think this is, I think what we'll end up doing when we look at Cedrick Wilson come week 1 of the regular season, I think that we will be looking at Cedrick Wilson as a Devin Funchess signing to the to training camp. Boy, it's a lot of fun, and he adds a depth piece in preseason football. But in reality, I think that's all it is. Competition, depth piece. Had to crack my back there real quick. And nothing more than just a filler signing. I don't think there's any necessity or a weight to put behind this signing. But it is what it is, and we will read the article from, of course, my guy, Jeremy Reisman. Hell yeah, let's go POD. And then we will finish today with talking about Brian Flores and the Detroit Lions. Yeah. How's this happening? Brian Flores expands lawsuit against NFL. Gee, I wonder why he doesn't get ever in the head coaching interview. Why? Gee, I wonder why Brian Flores doesn't seem to get a head coaching job. But he expands the lawsuit against the NFL, and the Lions have unexpectedly become part of the growing situation. Right? So the Lions have found their way into the Brian Flores lawsuit against the NFL. How? Why? Well, good for us. Appreciate old Mike the Slipper Payton over there at A to Z Sports. He'll break it down for us. He'll explain it, and then we'll just kind of muddle through all this and get your guys' chats and take on everything. So how you doing this morning, everybody? Good to see you. And we got a full roster this morning. Everybody's hanging out, dude. What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all you guys here this morning. If you're new here, hit the like button or subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. Hit the like button if you enjoy what we do here. Turn the thumb into a spin in football. Share this video with everybody you know over. We're trying to grow on Rumble, on YouTube. Kick seems to be climbing away. We got like 26 followers over on Kick. We got 50 over on Rumble. YouTube, we are trying to get you. We're trying. YouTube, we're trying to hit that 1K mark by the start of the regular season. I don't think that's overly aggressive. I think we can do that. But for that to have happen, I'm going to need you guys to kind of lean on a little bit. I'm going to have to lean on you guys just a little bit. Kind of share this around. You know what I'm saying? To share it around, tell people about it. Play it by ear. We'll kind of see some things. We got news. We got things to kind of discuss on the back end. We'll just kind of see how things are going. So I'm going to send over to Jocko and let's get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Appreciate that. I'm looking into that real quick, Brent. I don't know. To answer your question outright, I don't know. So let me check my back end here. Yeah, so it says I'm live over here, man. What time are you popping in? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're popping in at a goofy time, my camera out of focus, dude. If you're popping in like right before, honestly, brother, I don't know, man. I'm a fucking Luddite, dude. I have no idea, dude. I have absolutely no idea. And right now, to be honest with you guys, I got a lot of irons cooking right now. That there's a lot of irons cooking. It's good noise, but there's just a lot of noise going on. And so right now we're just trying to. I'm just trying to get through the day, bro. I'm just trying to get through today and the stories, man. And we'll get to the back end of the show, and we'll just kind of chit-chat, and we'll have a little chat and beard session at the end of the show. How's that? Does that sound cool with you, man? You guys cool with that? All right, so Aaron Rodgers' swan song. The Steelers says he will retire after 26-year season, ending a 22-year career. And yes, Raw, be careful what you say about Aaron Rodgers. He might pebble you. Oh, I love beating a dead horse. The 2026 NFL season will be the last one that will require an Aaron Rodgers watch. Aaron Rodgers announced on Wednesday at the Steelers OTAs that the 26th season will be his last in the NFL. His comment was very profound. Yes, this is it. This is it. When asked if the 26 would be his last NFL season, the Big 2-6. Let's go. Rodgers will go down as one of the best QBs in NFL history after his retirement at the conclusion of the 26th NFL season. He is the sport's all-time leader in touchdowns to interception ratio with 4.3. Wow, that 500. Wow, 527 to 123 touchdowns to interception ratio. You know, all-time leader in passer rating with 102.2. You know, I have been saying it a little bit here this offseason. And I don't like to say it because I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I really don't. I like the personality of Aaron Rodgers when he's like, yeah, man, I'm going to my darkness retreat, bro. And like, look at my, I'm inoculated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get, like, there is a part of Hat and Beard that like likes that. I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah, get him, brother. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't like what he did to the Lions year after year after year, game after game after game in Green Bay. And personally, I think he's kind of a drama queen, a little bit of a crybaby, right? I think he's a crybaby. I think most quarterbacks are crybabies. That's why I like guys who don't really cry so much. Like, that's why I really like Jared Goff. I don't feel like Jared Goff really whines and bitches too much, you know? Also, real quick, totally off par. I was listening to Derek Moore talk. Yo, Derek Moore talks just like Jared Goff, but Southern and on defense. They both kind of have that slush situation going on. And I was like, oh, he's just Jared Goff on defense and kind of Southern. Let's go. Back to Aaron Rodgers though. When you look at his numbers though, it's damn impressive. Let's just call it what it is. All right. There is no reason to argue against the numbers. All right. A person aside, numbers alone, it is a damn impressive resume what Aaron Rodgers has going on for him, dude. While entering the 26th season as fourth all-time in passing touchdowns with 527. He's Rodgers' four-time MVPs are the second most in league history, of course, behind Peyton Manning and his gigantic head. And he's earned both a Super Bowl ring and Super Bowl MVP when the Packers beat, of course, ironically, the Pittsburgh Steelers a few years back there. It makes sense that Rodgers is choosing to walk away after the coming year. He simply doesn't have the same magic that made him one of the league's best to ever do it. Yes, he is not an elite Aaron Rodgers anymore. But that's what that's from. Y'all, I've been trying to figure out what this fucking line on my arm is from for weeks. I've been trying to figure out, I've got this like line thing going on. And I was like, babe, when did I cut my arm? And why is it like it cut and healed so fast? And I'm like, but I don't remember it bleeding. And like, I don't see any like actual cutting of tissue. You know what I'm saying? Dude. It's from doing this. We fingered her out, fellers. We fingered her out. Oh, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers, blah, blah, blah. He's kind of slipped a little bit. But, he's going to retire. So, hey, good on him. The question that I would then have is, will we see a lot of league, like, I don't want to say floating of the Steelers, but will we see a little bit more leniency? Will we see a little bit more of a, let's say the stripes kind of leaning into the Steelers, getting maybe a few more calls, maybe a break or two goes their way, you know? it'll be interesting to see if we just to kind of push that narrative of Aaron Rodgers. But the AFC North, not my opinion, the toughest division. I don't think the Ravens are going to be as good as they need to be, especially under a first-year head coach. The Browns are going to brown, and the Bengals, I don't know, man. I don't know. Have the Bengals done enough? Was bringing in Dexter Lawrence a big enough addition to elevate the defense to a competitive enough play that Joe Burrow can just huck the ball 1,000 times downfield for 10,000 yards and just boat race everybody? And if so, is that going to be enough to beat up on a team like Pittsburgh, like Baltimore? You know what I mean? Is that possible? We'll see. I do think the Steelers have a pretty easy road, just based on their division. Yeah, but that's my opinion. All things are subject to change. How we doing, chat? What's going on, you guys? After show end yesterday, I got a personal text message from one said guy and was threatened of a lawsuit if I didn't watch what I say and stop talking. No shit, huh? Did you really, Raw? Really? Well, so did you tell him to go ahead and eat your whole ass? Did you tell him to just go ahead and eat your whole ass? That's fucking ridiculous, bro. Raw, that is so ridiculous. Wayback Machine and Brainwashed to agree with some of the propaganda about Lions content creators. Maybe I was. I don't know, man. The thing is that defamation is an incredibly difficult thing to prove. Also, Raw, fun fact, dude. Is that individual aware that he's trying to fucking file an international lawsuit? Yeah, good luck. All right. Oh, Raw Biz, international criminal man of mystery. Bro, you're an international wanted man now, dude. Interpol's after you, dude. Better watch out. 007's on his way, dude. Bro, I hope you told him to eat your whole ass, dude. For real. Eat my whole ass. Exactly what I was like. Eat my whole ass, motherfucker. What a clown, dude. What an absolute clown. All right, so speaking of clowns, also, just so you guys are clear, whenever I say clowns or people are clowns, I always think of that early seasons of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. When I think it's the episode D's dating a retarded person, right? And it's this super white hood dude. And he comes out and he's like, "Oh, damn, baby. There ain't no clowns in there." She's like, "My brother's in there with his friends. There are a bunch of clowns." He's like, "There ain't no clowns in there." I think about that all the time, dude. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What isn't it? D's dating a retarded person. Isn't that the episode? The name of the episode? Afraid of clowns. You might be a libtard. 100%, dude. Oh shit! I told him speaking on personal experience isn't defamation. Yeah, Raw. It's not, dude. It's not. What's up, Lion? Is that debt? Does it say debt talk? I'm so sorry. Hang on one second. Lions. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it debate talk? Debate? Oh, like debate. Gotcha. Debate talk. I see. Gotcha. Right on. Sorry, man. I'm not good at reading. I'm not what you would call a strong reader. What did you walk into? Just normal Mad Hatter Nation. Just a normal Thursday Mad Hatter Nation, dude. Just a normal Thursday, dude. Oh, welcome. It is the we are as weird as it might sound, considering the conversation you walked into. We are the Hat and Beard Show, dude. And Mad Hatter Nation is, believe it or not, an absolute bastion of sanity in a sea of nonsense, dude. We are the most based NFL and Detroit Lions content creation station, broadcasting exclusively from Grandma Studio One, you guys. So welcome. Obviously, you walked into quite an interesting thing, but you'll come to find out nothing out of the ordinary, my friend. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's see. Tell Pebble to F off. Yeah, exactly, dude. And tell him to F off, and that's the way it is because Hat and Beard said so. You know what I'm saying? probably got his own private investigator on each case during dusting for fingerprint, dude. Yeah, he's out here trying to get Inspector Gadget, dude. He's got Inspector fucking ass hat, dude. So welcome, Lions Debate Talk. Sorry it took me so long to be able to read your name, dude. I'm a moron. I don't know. Maybe you were kidnapped. Full. Oh, you know what, dude? Maybe I got probed, dude. Maybe the Greys came and got me, or maybe the Nordics came and got me. And that's actually what I've been doing these days off when I take Fridays off, guys. So if you want to know some back lore about what's really going on at the Hat and Beard Show, I gotta be quiet when I say this, dude. I don't want to be here and shh. All right, so when I take Fridays off, dude. All right, so me and Tim Pool have been adventuring beyond the ice wall, dude. I've been interacting with the Nordics and the Greys, dude. I'm part of the team that's going to unveil the UFOs to all you guys, bro. I've been getting paid $8,000 by the alien governments to keep it all under wraps and introduce you guys. This is the point now, right here, dude, right? It's going down. No, man. I for real just realized it because I was like sitting here and I'm like, damn, does that feel weird? And then I was like, oh, that light bulb just went click, dude. That smooth brain just got just a little bit of a wrinkle. Whoop, just a little wrinkle on her, dude. And I fingered her out, bro. Let's get after it, dude. You know what I'm saying, dude? You know what I'm saying? I call Hassanin the Hass. Dude, I'm not even going to lie, bro. Brent, So I don't really have shower thoughts, dude. I have driving in the truck thoughts, dude. Because, like, I got like a 45-minute commute to work or whatever, dude. So I'm just, like, cruising, you know, thinking. And I was just kind of, what was I listening? Oh, I was listening to Lions Talk yesterday. I was listening to his breakdown of the depth chart, right? And, you know, when we got to the D-end room, and there's the discussion about bringing in Jadeveon Clowney, right? And there's always, it's like, okay, well, if you bring in Clowney, it starts to get a little cluttered, you know? And the name that always kind of feels like it gets kind of lost in the sauce there is the Egyptian magician, the Hammer, Ahmed Hassanin, dude, right? And I'm not trying to, like, dog the guy, but, like, he is a very raw player. And based on, you know, the competition that's kind of in the same room as you, I'm not saying that you should shy away from it. But what I am saying is that maybe Hat and Beard starts a change.org petition to get Ahmed Hassanin, defensive end for the Detroit Lions, to convert to fullback. Because I think that dude would be a fucking monster at the fullback position, dude. So I'm actually in favor of Hassanin. I'm that guy that's like, put Hassanin at the fullback and just play Giovanni Manu at the Dan Skipper tight end position, dude. That's the world that I'm in. Lions Talk is an interesting YouTuber, dude. Lions Talk's the man, bro. He's been around for dude, he's the OG. He's like the OG. My fucking camera keeps getting out of focus, guys. I'm so sorry. There we go. It's because I got the ADHD or the ADD legs going. I got the bounce because I'm super hyped, dude. I'm super hyped. I think Hassanin will start by mid-season. You know, raw, bro. Sometimes, like I'll be honest, dude. You switched my mind on the JMO thing, dude. But bro, sometimes I'm like, God damn, bro. You got some takes, my guy. Now, to be fair, I know that you back that shit up with like a lot of your own research and like film studies. So I'm not knocking you, dude. I'm just saying that is a fucking stance, dude. That's a take, bro. Lions, yep, we talked about that. Clowney is a total turd. Anyone who thinks Clowney would ever be brought in by Brad or Dan is retard. Brent, I agree. In fact, we've been kind of calling it the annual Jadeveon Clowney coming to Detroit talk, because I feel like it's been the Lions need to sign Jadeveon. This former #1 overall pick, defensive MVP candidate, defensive end should sign in Detroit. And then it's always Jadeveon Clowney. Everyone's like, oh, the Lions need to sign Jadeveon Clowney. No. For why? For what for? We got Hutch. We got Levi Onwuzurike. We got Wanham. We got Peyton. We got Moore. We got Hassanin. You know what I'm saying, dude? We got guys, dude. We got bodies. And not for nothing, dude. I think we all know what's really going to happen in the Big 2-6. We proclaimed it, and it's going to have happen. Aiden Hutchinson's going to get 26 sacks in the Big 2-6. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to rush for 26 touchdowns in the Big 2-6. He's going to have over 2,600 yards of total offensive production in the Big 2-6. It's the trio of, it is 2 times 3 equals 6 in the Big 2-6. Oh, shit, I'm on a roll, guys. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, I know it is. I know you are, Rob. That's why I'm just like, damn, bro, that is a stance. So I kind of leaned into it a little bit more, kind of hyped it up, dude. You see, we're kind of playing off one another. You know what I'm saying, dude? Kind of establishing a little bit of repertoire so that when hopefully eventually we can establish some type of a call-in system. You know what I'm saying, dude? What I'd really like to have is like a call-in line, and I'd also like to so I'm trying to do this so you guys can see it. Right kind of along here. Right along like this area, right around the bottom of the screen, like the whole, but like over here, you see where my hand goes, like over here. I'd love to have like a ticker that runs like scores of games from the week, and then like I need to figure out how to have more graphics. Like I need to figure out how to do more graphics, and I think I know who I need to ask. I don't know how to ask people things very well. I'm not good at asking for help, though we are working on that. We are working on that. Ooh, look at me zooming in with the camera. Guys, it's a goofy show. I'm not even fronting with you guys. It is such a goofy show today. We're almost at the half-hour mark. I'm just sitting on this. I'm sitting on this thing that I want to talk about so badly, like so badly, guys. I want to talk about it so badly, but I don't want to talk about it until the end of the show because I don't want to get lost in the sauce. Oh, Clowney quit on the team in Cleveland. Yes, he did. 100%. I would like to think outside the box. You got to think outside the bun. You want to see the JMO effect? Go watch ASB highlights. Hell yeah, dude. Instead of focusing on watch defense reacts to JMO. Yes, dude, exactly. And that's exactly, dude, when you started talking about that, back when not this draft. Well, I guess it would be leaning into this last draft period. Man, Raw, I'm trying to think about exactly when. I'm bad with times, but for real, dude, yeah, no, you're 100% right. And after you mentioned that, I went and watched it, and it is. The JMO effect is real. It's 100% real. He's not lying, guys. He's not lying. What's up, Jack? How you doing, man? There's no obvious holes in the Lions roster, so there's no telling what story will be made up. Like Clowney needs to be signed. Who's next? Lamar. Yeah, and that's the thing, dude. Yes, 100%, Jack. If in my opinion, if you look at the Lions roster top to bottom, outside of, the question mark around Kirby Joseph, if you understand the reality and know and don't put expectations on Brian Branch, even the reserve safeties, I actually think there is not a lot of weak spots on our entire our entire roster top to bottom, right? Special teams, we got a great punter, great kicker. Jared Goff, despite what people are ranking him as, he's actually a top 5 quarterback. Jahmyr Gibbs is the best running back in football. Isaiah Pacheco is similar to David Montgomery, but in my opinion has more explosiveness in his first couple of steps right out of the gate. He's a little bit more of a jitterbug than Monty was, more of a bulldozer, right? Offensive line is going to be a fucking monster. Guys, I don't think you guys are really understanding the reality of last year's offensive line, how banged up and how absolutely of a step back it was from Ragnow to Glasgow, how we were playing injured, how Deckard really isn't that good, dude, and how the players that we have brought in, right? Cade Mays is going to be elite. Mormon Oaks. Yeah, Rick, there we go. We got it, Rick. Mormon Oaks being healthy has that left guard position locked up. Tate Ratledge is going to take a massive step forward. Balake Miller, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, do I even need to say Penei Sewell, the best offensive lineman in all of football, a top 10 player in the league? Not just at his position in the league. Do I need to say it? Do I really need to say it, dude? We are stocked, locked, and loaded, dude. Our defense is going to be ridiculous. We've already talked about how the division in our offensive coordination capabilities between the two masterminds allows Dan Campbell to lend himself to Kelvin Shepard and elevate the defensive schemes, hybridize, and evolve. As a junior, 9 sacks as a senior, he's super raw, but so effing incessant that offensive tackles hate him. Yeah, no, for sure, Brent. I don't. That's why I said I don't have a problem with Ahmed Hassanin. I think it would be a lot of fun, and I think if you took that tenacity and applied it to the fullback position, I think it'd be so much fun. And not for nothing, right? It gets him on roster, dude. I like having a guy like that on roster. You know what I'm saying, dude? Hassanin has the motor that doesn't quit, and that's why he works his way on the field. DC loves that effect. Yes, 100%. Sewell, the real Potty Award winner. Exactly, Jack, yes, he is. And it's all because it's Detroit versus everybody that Sewell didn't win the Potty Award, dude. I was first to call Balake as the Offensive Rookie of the Year, first right tackle to ever win the award. Hell yeah. Yeah, Brett, I think we were joking about that right afterwards. We're like, dude, he's going to be so good. He's going to be the Offensive Rookie of the Year. First time ever, dude. And not, I do like his wrestling background, dude. The more I watch Blake, the more I'm just like, man, this guy, dude, this guy. I don't get the same he's going to be special when I watch him play that I did when I watched Penei Sewell play. That is no slight against Blake Miller. That is a tip of the hat to how absolutely clear it was how good Penei Sewell was going to be just watching him play. That's just my opinion, okay? We all view things differently. Some people think cucumbers taste better pickled. When I do watch Blake Miller play, I do see a tenacity, a desire, and a motor of a player that has everything going for him, that has a much easier road if he leans into his natural abilities like that and polishes up some deficiencies. Okay, he is a little bit light on pass pro, in my opinion, and he's not as big of a run-blocking mauler as we need at the NFL level right now to be considered a mauler. Okay, he is very, very good. You put a little weight on him, get a little bit of strength up, polish up the cerebral read and react on the pass pro. He has everything in front of him to have a short road to being an elite player. Does he come out right away dominant like Penei Sewell? Probably not. If I'm being honest, that probably would have been Caden Proctor. I do think Caden Proctor is going to be a fucking freak. All right, as long as he can stay out of his head and stay out of the buffet line. But that being said, Blake Miller has an easier road to being great than, say, a Gosder Cherilus or even a Monroe Freeling, if I'm being very honest with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Just a motor guy, nothing special. That's fair, Lions. But, you can coach a motor. You know what I mean? It's hard to coach a guy to have a motor. If a guy comes in with a motor already, that there is bonus there. You know what I'm saying? 196 pick over and over. I spoke that shit into existence. Hell yeah, Brent. I don't think you were here, though, for that draft yet. But right on, dude. It's great potential. All gas, no brakes, 100%. Yep. Howard, in my opinion, is going to be a really good player in Detroit. Yeah, Sleepy. I just actually, Kane. Hey, but if I read your message, I didn't get back to it. I actually was watching Motor City Cats last night on my drive home. Don P was talking about Skylar Gill-Howard. Hey, he's got a lot of potential, dude. He's got a lot of potential. If I'm being very honest with you guys, outside of Blake Miller, and this is nothing against Rolder or Derek Moore, I think that the steal of our draft picks in this class for the Lions, so very specifically, the steal, not the best player, but the steal in this class for the Detroit Lions is going to be Keith Abney. I think Keith Abney is going to be a fucking monster, dude. I think Keith Abney is going to end up coming in and just turning heads, dude. We're going to go Enos Who. We're going to say, you guys remember when we thought Amik was a big deal? We're going to go, oh yeah, we got Roger McCreary, a good little depth piece. You know what I'm saying, dude? I think Abney's got a lot of natural ability. If we can somehow get Keith Abney and Terry and Arnold to both stop putting their fucking dirty little dick beaters all over wide receivers, then we're going to have some solid young corners, dude. You know what I'm saying? All good, no breaks is a balancing. You ever watch Hanan's 12-hour race? You need break. Hey, yeah, or Le Mans. Hey, there you go. Hey, you know what? I got to get Lions debate talk. One, I can already tell that we kind of view things slightly differently, but I like the way you phrased that, dude. That's very clever because I'm kind of an all gas, no brakes type dude, right? I'm like, oh, motor, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And you have a good point, dude. Hey, that's a really good point. The Le Mans, dude, there is, okay, yeah, you do have to have a little bit of elegance, dude. You got to have a little bit of pizzazz with your razz, dude. Hey, all right, dude. You know what, dude? Okay, I see where you're coming from, dude. I like that. I really, really vibe on that Le Mans comparison, dude. That's nicely put, dude. For real. Nicely put. Cheers. That draft, I was in the chat. A dose of Dion, gotcha. Leading up to the pick, Ahmed freaked out. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, dude. Yeah, Brent, I think you're about to hit a year here pretty soon, it feels like. Honestly, most of you guys came in the last year, if I'm being real. There's some of y'all who have been here for quite a while, but some of you guys just came in the last year here pretty hardcore. Sorry if I'm missing your chats, dude. You can teach a player that either have it or don't. The trades you can polish and fine-tune. 100%. Austin just needs guidance to control the missile mentality. There you go, dude. He needs a software update, is what you're saying. Oh no shit, Raw. Hey, at least I don't know if I'm gonna say that because I'm such a big Blake Miller fan, but I'm glad to see you see the same thing in Abney that I see, dude. I think he's gonna be wild. Kendrick Law was the freak list of Bruce Feldman. I think 14. He was the most strongest player, linebacker for the draft. Kendrick, are you talking the wide receiver there, dude? Because I think he has the ability. I think when I watched Law play there, the wide receiver, I think he reminds me a lot of Debo, dude. I was on drafting Tesla, but thought he was a late day 3 guy. I honestly, Brent, didn't know anything about Tesla until I watched him play. And then I was like, prove it to me, rookie, because I don't like the fact that we went up after him. But I do like 6 touchdowns in a very small role. You know what I'm saying? Not even motivated well coach. He's coachable. He'll develop well. I hope so. Hell yeah, Rick. I like that, dude. You know what, dude? Rick? I'm going to pin that, dude. That's really good, dude. I like that. A motor is just a hunk of metal without a transmission, dude. 100%, dude. Oh, pound for pound, not linebacker for linebacker. I'm dumb. Okie skill dilly okie do. I'm an idiot. You sure are. All right, yeah, so Nolan Smith, whatever. He was a speed demon. The Lions signed Cedrick Wilson. Cool. Who was it? Who was it you said body? One of you guys said bodies in training camp. One of you guys said training camp bodies. Yep, that's you. That's you, Cedric. You're a camp body, dude. On top of the volume, some of the catches that Tesla made were just sick as yeah, dude. Snake, they were. I liked what I seen out of Tesla, right? And I'm not mad about it. Would like to see catches and yards go up, especially when you seen Laporta go down. You kind of maybe could have projected a little bit more production out of Tesla, but third round rookie. There's a lot of good. How's this? I think there was a lot more flashes than there were negative flashes of Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Wrapping up tacklers. So he slows down at the end and focuses on the tackle, not the hit. He can be the best tackler. Hell yeah, I like that. Right on. Law shows flashes of twitchy power and athleticism. Yes, dude. Yeah, that's why. Not to continue to cite other content creators, but I have to strongly, and I mean strongly agree with Motor City Down P over there at Motor City Cats. Okay. Young man, do what got you here. Do what you do best. Don't get to the NFL and try and reinvent yourself. If you are being comped and have plays drawn up for you to exploit defenses in the role of a Deebo Samuel, because that's what they want you to do, don't go out there and go, no, I want to be a contested catch guy. Dude, lean into what got you here. Be who you are and develop what you need to as you go along. But lean into your skill set, dude. Go out there and be, a running back that catches the ball. You know what I'm saying, dude? Go out there and bounce Greg Dortch or bounce Dominic Lovett from the punt return job. Go out there and just destroy the open field. Lean into your vision. Lean into your athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out there and try and be something that you're not. Work on that. Showcase that when you have the opportunity. But right now, when the opportunities are given to you to lean into your God-given skill sets, be that guy and be as best as you can. Be all that you can be as the gadget player. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. I was having to watch Tesla play versus Texas A&M where he had that 70-yard touchdown, so I remembered him. Gotcha. Hell yeah. See, Brent, that's it. Some of these players, you see them pop. You know what I'm saying? You see him pop, and you're just like, oh, shit, I remember that guy. You know what I'm saying? I remember that guy. Cedrick Wilson, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. Can't body. I'm also not going to lie, dude. This is a non-story about Brian Flores. So basically all he's doing is casting a super wide net and omitting 7 teams, right? So there's 25 teams that they want to see communications of. Here's the thing. it really doesn't impact the Detroit Lions, even though they are listed, because Brian Flores was hired by the Dolphins in 2019 when Matt Patricia was still the head coach of the Lions. He was fired in 2021 after the Lions had already hired Dan Campbell. So I think that this is a big nothing burger and an absolute distraction. It's just an offseason story, and it's just Brian Flores and the Minnesota Vikings being buttholes to divisional opponents. My opinion, non-story, nothing to get all worked up about. There, we flew through those stories kind of fast, you know what I'm saying? Alpha Gridiron, I'm just going to ask this because I want to make sure that that's not a fucking typo. Does he really bench 465? Because if that's the case, I need him to be the most dominant gadget player in the history of the dude. If my guy is benching 465, I need him returning punts like Devin Hester and being a gadget player like Deebo Samuel in his heyday in San Francisco. Are you fucking serious, dude? Max rep? Wow. That is impressive. Holy shit, man. For a 205-pound man. Holy moly, fellas. That's a very, very powerful individual. Isn't tight end his best matchup is 1v1 outside beast mode? 100%. Flores trying to force the NFL to yeah, dude, that's just it's Brian Flores being whiny, dude. Now the Lions stomp the Vikings. They can say that there's no interest in Flores. 100%. Looking forward to our new center being a better center than he was. Now that he'll be in a top 5 O-line at the end of the year. Lions debate talk. Dude, yes. Cade Mays is ascending, and he's going to be playing with better talent and better offensive line coach. He's going to be playing in a scheme that lends itself to his strong suit a little bit better. And he's also going to have a multiple tiers better quarterback behind him, telling him what to do, helping him with the play. You know what I'm saying? It is... And I dogged Graham Glasgow pretty hard. I did. But he was in a no-win situation. He was already regressing. I don't think that there was an expectation before Frank Ragnow retired, unless the Lions knew something. Let's not get into that too far. But I don't think the expectation was for Graham Glasgow to be a full-time starter in the 2025 season for the Detroit Lions before Frank Ragnow retired. I think his role was supposed to be a rotationary piece along the front 3 interior defensive or offensive linemen. I think he was going to be our our immediate replacement for either of the guard spots or the center spot. Frank Ragnow retiring really kind of left us with our dick in our hand. And Graham Glasgow was never going to perform at the level that we needed him to perform at to replace or even patch the hole while we found the future replacement for Frank Ragnow. That's just the reality of it. And then you couple that with Mormon Oaks being banged up, right? Not having a full, healthy offseason and season. You then couple that with Tater Ratledge. As good as he's going to be, it was still a rookie campaign. He still was going to have rookie mistakes and growing pains. On top of that, we refused to use David Montgomery in that god-awful play calling that Johnny Moscreens decided to draw up for us the first 6 weeks of the season. You know what I'm saying? Cade Mays is an ascending player. Cade Mays has already been going to Detroit sporting events with the other offensive lineman, Penei Sewell. I can't remember who else he was with. I can see the picture in my head on Instagram. Cade Mays seems to be fitting in. Personality, player type profile. His skill set's going to lend itself tremendously. He's younger. He's ascending. It's going to be beautiful. The ascension of Mormon Oaks will continue. The ascension of Tater Ratledge will continue. Penei Sewell will now go back to playing his natural position of the left tackle. You guys remember, Penei Sewell is the most dominant offensive lineman in the NFL playing out of his natural position at right tackle for the past 5 years. He's going back home to the left tackle where he belongs. Balak A. Miller. Look out, fellas. You know what I'm saying? I blame Frank more than Graham. Rick, yeah, dude, that's exactly it, dude. That's exactly it, bro. 100%. 100%, dude. Oh, open some eyes. He'll no doubt have struggles. For sure, dude. For sure. I was called the best blocking wide receiver since Hines Ward by one scout. Damn, dude. That's what's up. Hell yeah, Brent. That's what I like to hear, dude. That's what I said about Bruce Feldman. Freaks list squatted 655 and was clocked at 23 miles an hour. Woo! That's a bad mamma jamma right there, guys. Watching our O-line dominate, Sewell will stay right tackle. Manu will make his mark. Raw, you love Manu, dude. You love Manu, dude. Hey, how's this? I would be much happier if... How's this? I will take Manu being on the roster if it means Colby Sorsdal is working at Walmart. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I can't have a Colby Sorsdal making the roster over a Giovanni Manu, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wild about either one, but if we're in a world where Manu's not on roster and Sorsdal is, I'm going to be a very mad boy. I'm going to be a very angry boy. Yeah, Keldrick Law couldn't very potentially be a secret weapon. And yeah, Brent, that's where I'm at. Manu to tight end. That's my world, dude. Yeah, Law has the build to be a perfect kick return. Yeah, dude, Jack, you guys see it too. You seem very... No, Lions. It's because he's a snowback. He's a snowback, and they think different. They don't think in freedom units, so they just think differently than us. He's a snowback. But we love Raw, dude. Raw is a staple around here, dude. Dude, legit. Hey, dude, Raw earned a lot of respect out of me because if you guys remember the last draft, not the 26, but the 25 draft cycle, I was that guy that was like, yeah, trade J-Mo, draft Matthew Golden, J-Mo's the ultimate luxury, blah, 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 blah. And Raw was like, no, watch the tape. J-Mo is a major asset to the Detroit Lions, and we call it the J-Mo effect, dude. And he stood on principles. And sometimes I don't agree with Raw. But look, I got to give him credit. He stands there and is just like, no, this is what I think. And it generally backs it up, dude. So, you know what? I give Raw a lot of credit, dude. He stands on business, dude. Yeah, dude, he knows. Yep. Nope. I've got a fever and the medicine is, and we need more cowbell. I need more cowbell. Let's go, dude. Let's go. All right, guys. So we got about 10 minutes left of the show. We're just going to kind of chit-chat a little bit, let you know what's going on. No show tomorrow. Not going to have a show tomorrow. I know. You're not getting that infinite ROI that we talk about, but that's okay. Have a lot of irons in the fire, right? And certain things went the exact way that I foreseen them going, which is no surprise to me at all. But you know what? I had a lot of nice words with an individual, kind of led them in a direction that might help them out a little bit. And for whatever reason, and maybe it's just, you know, the way that God works or whatever. And I was sitting there yesterday and I was just very irritated with my current job, right? You guys know this. Y'all know where I'm at, right? And I seen this job posting, and the title is like more impressive than what I think it really is, right? But I was like, oh, what a highly specific set of skills that they're looking for. Huh. You know, I have those exact set, like those exact set of skills. Mechanical, electrical, fabrication. Guys, I have never seen a more specifically tailored job posting to my very specific set of skills in my life. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'd never heard of this company before. And it's roughly the same commute. And I'm like, boy, that seems weird. This can't be real. So I applied. And about 45 minutes later, I got an email from the founder and CEO of the company that's like, we want you to have, we come in, and when can you come interview, right? And I was like, well, what do you have available? And she's like, we want you to come in Friday. Like, I want to, she said, I want to meet with you this week. Like, okay. Cool. So I have an interview tomorrow, and I'm very excited about this because it's in an industry that I am fascinated with, and it's working with a product that I spend my free time figuring out how to build and engineer on my own. I also watch certain informations, and I think that this small company that has been around for about 10 years is in a prime position over the next 12 months to dominate a market that is suddenly having a massive hole in it. And I think they are positioned themselves to not only dominate, but thoroughly own outright with the technology that they're working with. I'm not so much fascinated with the job itself. I am fascinated with the product. I'm not looking at this as a job to jump to. I'm looking at this as how can I be involved with this product that I genuinely believe in? And I think you're onto something very clever right here. I think this is very, 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 very smart. I think you are onto something that I have, honest to God, been trying to devise on my own how to do. And it fascinates me. So sometimes things work out. We will see. I'm actually going to conduct this interview in a different manner than I ever have before. I'm not trying to be sold on a job. I want to know where can I fit in to help with this product that on a personal level, I genuinely believe in, and I think you have absolutely positioned yourself to be one of the more wildly successful companies in the future movement of this technology. I think that getting in on the ground level with this is exactly where I need to be. I think this is exactly what I need to be doing. We just need to make sure that we are all on the same page with a lot of things. Personality, understanding of boundaries. You know what I'm saying? I don't work Sundays. Hat and Beard does not work on Sundays. That doesn't happen. Sundays are the Sabbath. I don't work on Sundays. Sundays are for two things: going to church and hanging out with my old lady. That's what Sundays are for. You know what I'm saying? So they need to understand that. You know what I mean? Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that, man. I hope it works out. We need a particular set of skills. And well, Snake, dude, I'm not shitting you, bro. It is so weird how highly specific the skill set is that they're looking for in this role, and how almost the posting in my skill set is like two unicorns meeting. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? It does not make any sense. But you know, we got to check some things out, dude. You know what I'm saying? We got to check some things out. Get stop. So actually, Jack, yeah, that's I genuinely believe in this company so hard that like that is like I need to see the but if I don't want to let the whole cat out of the bag, guys, but they are so forward fucking thinking, y'all, that part of me thinks that they are somehow like a Timcast IRL listener based on how they've positioned themselves. I'm not shitting you. Based on how they're positioning themselves, I think that they are like a hardcore, like, international shifting global. You know what I'm saying? Like they are so forward thinking in how they're positioning themselves, and I'm like, yo, do you want to go do karate in the garage? You know what I'm saying? I hope so, Mom. I hope that's the case. And if you guys have been listening to Chad Prather this week, if you've been listening to his Before the Noise, yeah, it's weird. Everything's just kind of going in a certain direction. So we're gonna hope and see. We'll see how it shakes out. But all that to say, there's no show mañana. we will be off because when we go live, I will be on the road, heading down to hopefully see what they got to say. You know what I'm saying? So many great Muppets to pick from. Fozzie, Gonzo, Animal. Hell yeah, guys. So, fellas, have yourself a good rest of the day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Enjoy the weekend. To make it up for you. How's this? On Monday, we'll do a show. I'll do my live show Monday morning, like we always do. It'll probably be a little bit more of a hangout. And don't forget, I will be on Lions Talk Monday night or whenever. Yeah, Monday. I think about 7 o'clock is when what we've talked about. So I'll be on with Mike over there on Monday. So make sure that you guys tune in for that or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm trying to plug it. I don't really know how. I'm not good at this. We're still trying to figure it out, guys. Have a good rest of the week. Stay out of trouble. We'll catch you on Monday. Bonga bonga. Frig off.